So today Caitanya Mahāprabhu talk with Venkata Bhata. Caitanya Mahāprabhu has come to South India. He is in a Śrī Caitanya. Yesterday we discussed Caitanya Mahāprabhu talking to that brāhmaṇa. Okay, today he talks to Venkata. Hey Mata Bhata Grihe Rahe Gaura Chandra Nirantara Bhata Sanghe Krishna Kathananda. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu remained in the house of Venkata Bhata and constantly talked to him about Lord Krishna. In this way he was very happy. Śrī Vaishnava Bhatta Seva Lakshmi Narayana Tanra Bhakti Deki Prabhura Tushta Haila Mana. Being a Vaishnava in Ramanuja Sampradaya, Venkata Bhata worshipped the deities of Lakshmi and Narayana. Seeing his pure devotion, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu was very satisfied. So there are 4 Sampradayas: Brahma Sampradaya, Śrī Sampradaya, Buddha Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya. Interestingly, recently I saw the quote of Padma Purana where the 4 Sampradayas listed and the 4 Acharyas are also listed. Predicted. It is true, just like I was recently telling, just like some scientist was telling, that how rigorous they have a system. If somebody wants to present a philosophy, any scientist, first it has to be printed in a journal. Suppose you want to propose something. You can't speak before that. It has to be first printed in a journal. The journal will not even accept most of the thing, big journals. And then after that people will challenge what you're telling. And you have to defend that. Then you can go and speak in public. Before that you cannot speak. This is a rule in a scientific circle. So somebody may say it is so systematic. And here it is, any Swami can speak anything, any opinion and chalta hai. No. We also had even better system. The whole Vedic philosophy summarized in sutras, which are 500 plus sutras called Vedanta sutras. And anybody speaking has to show he has not contradicted the Vedanta sutra. Otherwise it is not Vedic philosophy. It is his philosophy. And nobody then get interested to hear anybody's philosophy. We are only interested to hear Vedic philosophy. Correct? We have the respect for Vedic philosophy given by Vedavyasa. Now, Veda basically means knowledge, but it has been put into proper organized shape by Vedavyasa. Now, if somebody wants to present, he has to write therefore what is called Bhashya and Veda. Either he has to write or he has to follow some Bhashya. He can say, I am following this Acharya Bhashya. That is also. But he has to follow that. Or he has to, if he says something new, he has to write a Bhashya. So in the history, all these 4 Sampradayas are written Bhashyas. Number 1. Therefore Bhagavad-gītā Prabhupada says, this Gita is dedicated to Baldev Vidyabhushan. So kind, wrote such a nice Bhashya, Vedanta, Govinda Bhashya. That is big history. But otherwise, now Sampradaya, because Vedavyasa after setting this rule, he himself first wrote a Bhashya. He also wrote a Bhashya. Caitanya Mahāprabhu said, we follow that Bhashya itself. That is Amala Purana. So that's why you follow that for a certain situation. Somebody contested, what is your Bhashya, your a party, so then one Bhashya was written, Govinda Bhashya. Śrī Sampradaya, they have Bhashya called Śrī Bhashya. And then we have Bhashya by Nimbarkacharya and Ramanujacharya also. And we come from the branch of Madhva Sampradaya, so later previously Madhvacharya also wrote a Bhashya. So you see how rigorous it is. And after you write Bhashya, people will say, people will check whether you have done any mistake. One more Bhashya was written by, that is Shankaracharya. But then, it's a different issue altogether. Because he did say that Vedavyasa has made a mistake. Basically, he was trying to twist the meaning, which is not the meaning of the Vedanta. So therefore, his Bhashya is rejected. And also, it is like an exam, his philosophy. Unless somebody takes shelter of a devotee, he may land up with impersonal conception. That is how it is. This debate about personal impersonalism is going on from a long time actually. It's very difficult. People easily slip to impersonal, allegorical meaning of the Vedas. That looks very convenient for them to take. To take this explanation, our Gaudiya Vaishnava explanation, even for a Śrī Vaishnava, he had to be instructed. It is advanced even for him. Forget about common man. It's so difficult actually. Nirantara Tanra Sange Haila Sakya Bhava Hasya Pari Hase Dunne Sakera Sabhava. Constantly associating with each other, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu and Venkata Bhata gradually developed a friendly relationship. Indeed, sometimes they laughed and joked together. So, one Vaishnava is appreciating another Vaishnava. So, we are happy with all the four. Just like if you want to study engineering, you have some colleges as choose, but you take admission one other place and follow. There is no point simply comparing whole life. You don't gain anything. You have to follow one of the sampradayas. That is the point. Prabhu kahe bhatta tumhara Lakshmi Thakurani Kanta Vaksha Sita Pare Pati Vrata Shiromani. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu told the Bhattacharya, your worshipful goddess of fortune Lakshmi always remains on the chest of Narayana. And she is certainly the most chaste woman in the creation. Yes, Lakshmi is the most chaste woman in the creation. She is the wife of Narayana. There is an instance where she takes birth on the planet as the daughter of the Samudra Mantha. She is born. And then everybody is standing, all the Devatas, Danavas, she is unimaginably beautiful. Correct? You read in the Bhagavatam. And they are all waiting that she will accept. She doesn't accept. She directly goes and takes shelter of Narayana or Krishna was there. So that is how it is. She is the most chaste lady. Anyway, she is the energy expansion of Krishna. Similarly, we have the Rukmini. When Shishupal wanted to marry her, correct? They were forcing her to marry. At that time, what happened? She sent a letter to Krishna. And Krishna came and then Rukmini Harana, correct? Picked her up. Like that. Lakshmi is most chaste. Chaitanya Mahāprabhu is telling, isn't it so? She is the most chaste lady? He said, yes. Now Chaitanya Mahāprabhu is now giving him merit. Amara Thakura Krishna Gopa Gocharaka Sadvihana ke na chahe tinha tanhara sangama. However, my Lord is Lord Shri Krishna, a coward boy who is engaged in tending cow. Why is it that Lakshmi, being such a deified, wants to associate with my Lord? So why your Lakshmi leaves Narayana and runs for Krishna? It is given in the Shastra, it is there, true. She wants to join Rasa Leela and dance with Krishna. Why? Correct. The answer is true. Narayana and Krishna are not different. Same person. She wants to associate with the husband that move. That will be the answer. Ei lagi sukha bhoga chadi chira kala vrata niyama karita pakarila apara. Just to associate with Krishna, Lakshmi abandoned all transcendental happiness in Vaikuntha and for a long time accepted vows and regulated principles and performed unlimited austerities. She is not like just wishing. She did severe tapasya to get that situation. If she can join in Rasa. Now he is quoting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.16.36 where this is evidence is there. Kasya anubhava asya nadeva vidmahe tavangrilenu sparsha adhikaraha yadvanchaya shri galana charatapo vihaya kama suchiram dritavrata. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu said, O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya attained such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. Even the goddess of fortune for this end performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows. Indeed, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya got such an opportunity. So this is very nice. Okay, so this is even the Kaliya's wife, they are also very learned. They all know this. So they are saying, how is it goddess of fortune does serious tapasya get a fortune to associate with you, Krishna. And our husband, the Kaliya, got it like that. How fortunate is he? Bhata kahe Krishna Narayana ekahi swarupa Krishne te adhika lila vaida gadyadi rupa. Venkata Bhata then said, Lord Krishna and Narayana are one and the same, but the pastimes of Krishna are more relishable due to their sportive nature. Krishna allows great intimacy. And Narayana is like Krishna at office. Just like if suppose we have a father and he is in the judge. If you go to the court, you have to say, my lord. There is a lot of gap distance to maintain. That is the role of Narayana. Krishna is like at home. You can freely. There is no gap now. Tarasparshena hiyaya pati vrata dharma kautuke lakshmi chahena krishna re sangama. Since Krishna and Narayana are the same personality, Lakshmi's association with Krishna does not break her vow of chastity. Rather, it was a great fun that the goddess of fortune wanted to associate with Lord Krishna. Because it is the same person, just like husband is going and playing. Nothing wrong for wife to wish I also want to play with. Correct? Husband wants to play tennis, or wife also wants to join him in that sportive feature. Nothing wrong about that. So that sportive feature of the Lord is Krishna, and Narayana is the official feature. This is the answer to Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's question, and this we can understand that Venkata Bhata knew the truth. He told Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu that Narayana is a form of Krishna associated with transcendental opulence. Although Krishna is two-armed and Narayana four-armed, there is no difference in the person. They are one and the same. Narayana is as beautiful as Krishna, but Krishna's pastimes are more sportive. It is not the sportive pastimes of Krishna making different from Narayana. Lakshmi desiring to associate with Krishna are perfectly natural. In other words, it is understandable that a chaste woman wants to associate with a husband in all of the different dresses. Therefore, one should not criticize Lakshmi for wanting to associate with Krishna. So he answered. But Chaitanya was not going to leave it now. Siddhantastva avidapi Shri Krishna Swarupayo Rasena Utkrishyate Krishna Rupamesha Rasasati. Now he is quoting from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This verse quoted by him is also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Venkata Bhata continued. According to transcendental realization, there is no difference between forms of Narayana and Krishna. Yet in Krishna there is a spatial transcendental attraction due to conjugal molo, and consequently surpasses Narayana. There is a conclusion of transcendental melos. He knows it now, Venkata Bhata. Very learned person. This is statement from Venkata Bhata. This verse quoted by Venkata Bhata is also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Krishna Sange Pati Vrata Dharmana He Nasha Adi Kala Vepaeya Arara Savilasa. The goddess of fortune considered that a vow of chastity would not be damaged by relationship with Krishna. Rather, by associating with Krishna, she would enjoy the benefit of rasa dance. She wanted to dance with Krishna in that, because she doesn't get privilege of dancing in the rasa dance. Vinodini Lakshmi Rahaya Krishna Vilasha Ihate ki dosha kena kara parihasa. Venkata Bhata further explained, Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is also enjoyer of transcendental bliss. Therefore, if she wanted to enjoy herself with Krishna, what fault is there? Why are you joking so about this? So why are you joking like this? Venkata Bhata is asking. What is fault in Lakshmi? Narayana and Krishna are the same person. There is no fault. See, they are from two different sampradayas. How sweetly they are talking. Correct? There are different conclusions, completely drastic different conclusions, but they are talking like Vaishnavas. Prabhu kahe dosha nahi iha mijani rasana na paila lakshmi shasre iha shuni. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, I know there is no fault on the part of goddess of fortune, but still she could not enter into the rasa dance to hear this from the revealed scripture. That is true, but why she was not allowed to enter the rasa dance? Now he is going to quote one more, Bhagavatam 10:47-60. Previously was from 10:16-36. So Kaliya's wife, they said that Lakshmi is doing tapasya to enter Kaliya. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says she did tapasya, but why she was not allowed to enter? That is amazing. Nayam Shriyo Anga Nitantarate Prasadaha Swayoshita Nalinaganda Rucham Kuto Anyaha Rasotsave Asya Bhujo Danda Grihita Kanta Labdha Shisham Ya Udaga Raja Sundarina. When Lord Krishna, Shri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the rasa dance, the gopis are embraced around the neck by the Lord's arm. The transcendental favor is never bestowed upon goddess of fortune or any other consorts in the spiritual world. Nor was such a thing ever imagined of the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planet, girls with bodily lust and aroma, exactly resemble the beauty of the fragrance of lotus flowers. So what to speak of the worldly woman who is very, very beautiful according to material estimation. So this is from Bhagavatam 10:47-60. Lakshmi kena paila ihara ki karana tapakari kaicha Krishna paila shruti gana. But can you tell me why God of the fortune Lakshmi could not enter the rasa dance? The authorities of the Vedic knowledge could enter the dance and associate with Krishna. The Vedas personified, they also dance. Why she was not? Nimprata marum mano akshat hrida yoga yujo hridiyan munaya upasate tat arayo apiyayu smarana sriya uragendra bhoga bhuja danda vishvishakta dhiyo vayam apite samaha samadisho Angri Saroja Sudaha. Great sages conquer the mind and senses by practicing the mystic yoga system and controlling the breath. Thus, engaging in mystic yoga, they see the super soul within their hearts and ultimately enter the impersonal Brahman. But even the enemy of the Supreme Personality Godhead attain the position simply by thinking of the Supreme God. However, the damsels of Braja, the gopis, being attracted by the beauty of Krishna, simply wanted to embrace him and his arms, which are like serpents. That the gopis ultimately tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, we Upanishads can also taste the nectar of his lotus feet by following in the footsteps of the gopis. So there is this evidence that Vedas personified, they also entered rasa. Lakshmi. Shruti paya Lakshmi na paya ite ki karana bhakta ke he iha praveshita nare mora mana. Having been asked, the Chaitanya Mahāprabhu why the gods of fortune could not enter the rasa dance, whereas the authority of the Vedic knowledge could, Venkata Bhata replied, I cannot enter into the mysteries of this behavior. He said, this is fine that the wife wants to join in the husband's sportive behavior, but why she was not allowed? That is fine that she can participate. Why she was not allowed to enter? He said, I don't know. Kami jiva kshudra buddhi sahade astira Ishwarera lila koti samudra gambhira. He is a very humble devotee. Venkata Bhata said, I am an ordinary human being. Since my intelligence is very limited and I am easily agitated, my mind cannot enter into the deep ocean of the pastimes of the Lord. Tumi saksha se Krishna jana nija karma yare jana hak se jana jane tumara lila marma. You are the Supreme Personality, Godhead Krishna himself. You know the purport of your activity and person whom you elect and can also understand your pastimes. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality, Godhead Krishna and his pastimes cannot be understood by blunt material senses. One has to purify its senses by rendering transcendent loving service unto the Lord. The Lord is pleased and reveals himself. One can understand the transcendental form, aim, qualities and pastimes of the Lord. This is confirmed in the Katha Upanishad and Mukunda Upanishad. Yam eve vivrutte tena labhyam tasyeva atma vivrutte tanumsa. Anyone who is favored of the Supreme Personality Godhead can understand the transcendental name, qualities, form and pastime. Prabhu kahe Krishna rahe ka svabhava vilakshana swamadhurya sarve chitta kare akarshana. The Lord replied, Lord Krishna has a special characteristic. He attracts everyone's heart by the mellow of his personal conjugal love. Vrajaloke bhave payatana racharana Tare Ishwarakari nahi jane vrajajana. By following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of the planet known as Vrajaloka or Goloka Vrindavana, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. However, in the planet the inhabitants do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kahit keha tanra putra jane, putra jnane udar khale bande, keha saka jnani jina chade tanra kande. There is someone accepting with the son and sometimes binding to a grinding mortar. Someone else accept him as an intimate friend and attain victory over him, playfully mounting his shoulders. Rajendra Nandana Bali Tanre Jane Vraja Jana Aishwara Gyana Nahi Kona Sambandha Mana. The inhabitants of the Brajabhumi know Krishna as the son of Maharaj Nanda and the king of Brajabhumi, and they consider that they have no relation to the Lord in the rasa of opulence. Raja lokera bhave ye karaya bhajana sei jana paya vraje Rajendra Nandana. One who worships the Lord by following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of Brajabhumi attains him in the transcendental planet of Braja, where he is known as son of Maharaj Nanda. Purport. The inhabitants of Brajabhumi or Goloka Vrindavana know Krishna as the son of Maharaj Nanda. They do not accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead as people in general do. The Lord is the Supreme Maintainer of everyone, as the chief personality among all the personalities. In Brajabhumi, Krishna is certainly the central point of love, but no one knows him there as the Supreme Personality of God. Rather, a person will know him as a friend, son, lover, or master. In any case, center is Krishna. The inhabitants of Brajabhumi are related to the Lord in servitude, friendship, parental love, and conjugal love. A person engaged in devotional service may accept any of these transcendental relationships, which are known as mellows. When such a person reaches the perfection stage, he returns home back to Krishna in his pure spiritual identity. So what happens in Brajabhumi and in Venkata, the mood is different. That is why Lakshmi is not there. In Venkata, everybody is aware of Supreme Personality and they worship him with all the offerings. But in Vrindavan, the mood is different. Therefore, we have to follow the moods of the residents of Goloka Vrindavan. Therefore, because otherwise we can't even understand. So Lakshmi, if she wants to maintain that mood, she can't maintain. That mood will disturb her Vrindavan. Vrindavana, Mother Yashoda will run after him with a stick, correct? People are not conscious of his, he is the Supreme Personality of God. And therefore there is very great intimacy. Now somebody goes not in that mood, he goes on Vaikuntha, he will be disturbed there and he will not be able to understand their intimate pastimes. So yes, very advanced devotees, Krishna allows them. In fact, that is the reason Krishna descends on earth. Because other incarnations, they give everything else. But Sakya, Vasalya, Madhurya particularly, in this intimacy is not revealed by other incarnations of the Lord. Only once in a day of Brahma, when Krishna comes, this is made everywhere. That's why Krishna comes. A long time, 8.6 billion years, I showed them how intimate, confidential dealings exist in special place called Goloka. So Krishna wants to reveal that. Therefore Krishna comes. So unless we take the mood, we can't enter the Goloka properly. Nayam sukhavu bhagavan dehinam gopikan sutaha jnaninam chartam bhutanam yatha bhakti matamya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then quoted the Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna, son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to those devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but is not easily be accessible to mental speculators, those striving for self-realization, but severe obstinate finances, or to those who consider the body as the same as self. This verse given in Madhya 8.27. Only those engaging in spontaneous loving service, or to those who consider body as the same as self. This is given in Madhya 8.27, quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.21. Shruti gana gopi ganera anugata hoya Rajeshwari Suta Bhaje Gopa Bhavala. The authorities in the Vedic literature who are known as the Shruti Gana worship Lord Krishna in the ecstasy of the gopis and followed in their footsteps. The authorities in the Vedic literature who are known as the Shruti Gana desired to enter into Lord Krishna's Rasa dance. Therefore, they began to worship Lord in the ecstasy of the gopis. In the beginning, however, they were unsuccessful and they could not enter the dance simply by thinking of Krishna in the ecstasy of gopis. They actually accepted bodies like those of gopis. They even took birth in Brajabhumi just like the gopis and consequently became engrossed in ecstasy of the gopis' love. In this way, they were allowed to enter the Rasa dance of the Lord. Payantare gopi deha vrajaya vepaila sei deha Krishna sange rasa krida kaila. The personified authority of the Vedic hymns acquired bodies like those of the gopis. So, Lord Krishna belongs to the cowherd community and the gopis are the dearmost lovers of Krishna. Although the wives of the denizens of the heavenly planet are most opulent in the material world, neither they or any other woman in the material universe can acquire Krishna's association. Lakshmi chahe se deha Krishna re sangama Gopika Anungahayana Kaila Bhajana. The goddess of fortune Lakshmi wanted to enjoy Krishna at the same time retain a spiritual body in the form of Lakshmi. However, she did not follow in the footsteps of the gopis in her worship of Krishna. Anya Dehana Paya Rasa Vilasa Ateva Anayam Shloka Kya Veda Vyasa. Vyasa, the supreme authority in the Vedic literature, composed the verse beginning Nayam Sukava Bhagavan, because no one can enter to the Rasa dance in any other body other than that of Gopi. This verse confirms the verse of Bhagavad-gītā 9.25. Yanti deva vrata deva krityanti kritrivataha bhutani yanti bhuteja madhyanti noviyanti ma. The Lord Krishna, those who worship the demigod will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. In the material world, every conditioned soul changes its material body again and again. But when the spirit soul is purified of all the material covering, there is no longer a chance of it accepting a material body. Such a soul that remains in its original spiritual identity, a state that is possible to achieve only by understanding Krishna in truth through the practice of Krishna consciousness. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gītā 4.9, Janma karma cha me devyam evam yuvedi tattvataha tattvadeham punarjanma neti mamiti samachana. When you know the transcendental nature of my appearance and activity does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Only when one regains his original spiritual body can he enter to the spiritual kingdom. As far as the Rasa pastimes of the Lord are concerned, it is futile for one who is within the material world to attempt to imitate Lord's dances. One has to attain a spiritual body like that of a gopi to enter into the pastimes of the Rasa Leela. In the Nayam Sukhabha verse, the devotees are referred to as Bhuktiman, that is fully engaged in devotional service and devoid of spiritual contamination. One cannot enter into the Krishna's Rasa Leela dance simply by artificially imitating it or artificially thinking oneself Sakhi and dressing up like that, like one. Krishna's Rasa Leela dance is completely spiritual. It has nothing to do with the material contamination. Therefore, no one can enter into the pastimes by artificial material means. That is the instruction of the Nayam Sukhabha verse and it must be strictly understood. Ureva tera mane kachila vimana Śrī Caitanya Swayam Bhagavana. Before the explanation given by Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, Venkata Bhata thought that Śrī Narayana was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tanara Bhajana Sarupari Lakshahaya Shri Vaishnava Avadana Se Sarvoparihaya. Thinking in this way, Venkata Bhata believed the worship of Narayana was the supreme form of worship, superior to all the process of devotional service, for it was followed by Shri Vaishnava disciples of Ramanujacharya. Caitanya Garva Prabhu Karite Khandana Parihase Dware Uttaya Ete Kavachana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then understood the misconception of Venkata Bhata and to correct it, the Lord talked so much in a joking way. Prabhu kare bhata tumi kagariya samshaya swayam Bhagavan Krishna eta nishtaya. Lord and continued, my dear Venkata Bhata, please do not continue doubting. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead. This is the conclusion of the Vedic literature. Krishnera vilasa murti Shri Narayana Attaiva Lakshmiya Dera Harite Namana. Lord Narayana, the opulent form of Krishna, attracts the minds of the God of the fortune and her followers. Ete Jamsa Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridiyanti Yuge Yuge. All the incarnation of God are the plenary portion, the part of the plenary portion of the Purusha Avatara. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead himself. In every age he protects the word through his different features. And the word is disturbed by the enemies of Indra. This verse of Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1.3.28. Narayana Harite Krishna Raha Sadharana Guno Attaiva Lakshmira Krishna Krishna Anuksha. Because Krishna has four extraordinary qualities, not by this for Lord Narayana, the God of the fortune Lakshmi always desires his company. Okay, what are the four extraordinary things? Not Lord Narayana has 64 transcendental qualities. Over and above this, Krishna has four extraordinary transcendental qualities absent in Lord Narayana. These four are wonderful pastime which are compared to motion. Association to the circle of the supreme devotees in conjugal love, the gopis. His playing on the flute, his vibration attracts the three words. His extraordinary beauty, which surpasses the beauty of the three words. Lord Krishna's beauty is unequaled and unsurpassed. Tumi chepadila shloka sehaya brāhmaṇa sei shloka e Krishna swayam Bhagavana. We recited the shloka beginning with the Siddhantas to Avedapi. That very verse is evidence that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Siddhantastu Aveda Abhi Shisha Krishna Sarupayo Raseno Kshade Krishna Rupamesha Rasasitaha. According to the transcendental realization, there is no difference between forms of Krishna and Narayana. Yet in Krishna there is a special transcendental attraction due to conjugal mellow, and consequently surpasses Narayana. That is the conclusion of transcendental mellows. This is the verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.59. Here, Shri Krishna Karidas says that Lord Chaitanya spoke the verse to Venkata Bhata, and earlier it said that Venkata Bhata spoke it to the Lord. But since their conversation took place long before the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was composed, the question may be raised as to how either of them quoted the verse. Srila Bhakti quoted the verse. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained this verse and many others like they were current among the devotees long before Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was composed. Thus devotees could always quote them and explain their purport in ecstasy. This verse was, spoken. So this means this verse is not introduced later. That means this verse was there among Vaishnavas. Even 500 years ago, they used to speak this verse. That Krishna surpasses Narayana. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Hare Lakshmi Ramana Gopika Ramana Harite Nare Narayana. Supreme Personality God Krishna attracts the mind of the God of the fortune. But Lord Narayana cannot attract the mind of the gopis. This proves the super excellence of the gopis. This read translation now. To say nothing of the Lord Narayana personally, Lord Krishna himself appeared as Narayana just to play a joke on the gopis. Although Krishna assumed the four-armed form of Narayana, he could not attract the serious attention of the gopis in ecstatic love. Once Lord Shri Krishna playfully manifested himself as Narayana with his four victorious arms in a very beautiful form. The gopis saw this exalted form, however, their ecstatic feeling was crippled. A learned scholar, therefore, cannot understand the gopis' ecstatic feeling, which are firmly fixed upon the original form of the Lord Shri Krishna as a son of Nanda Maharaj. The wonderful feelings of the gopis in ecstatic Paramarasa, which constitute the greatest mystery in spiritual life. The verse spoken on Narad Muni Lalita Madhava Nataka, a drama written by Srila Rupa Goswami. In this way, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu deflated the pride of Venkata Bhata, but just to make him happy again, he spoke as follows. The Lord pacified Venkata Bhata by saying, actually, whatever I have said is a way of jest. Is by the way of jest. Now you can hear from me the conclusion of the Shastra in which every Vaishnava devotee has found faith. There is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Narayana, for they are one and the same. Similarly, there is no difference between the gopis and the goddess of fortune, but they are also the same form. The goddess of fortune enjoys the association of Krishna through the gopis. One should not differentiate between the forms of the Lord, for such a conception is offensive. There is no difference between the transcendent form of the Lord. Different forms are manifested due to different attachment of different devotees. Actually, the Lord is one, but he appears in different forms just to satisfy his devotees. When the jewel of Vaidura touches various other materials, it appears to be separated into various colors, and consequently its form also appears different. Similarly, according to the meditation expressed with the devotee, the Lord, who is known as Achyuta, appears in different form, although he is essentially one. Venkata Bhata then said, I am an ordinary fallen living entity, but you are Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The transcendental pastime of Krishna are unfathomable, and I do not know anything about it. Whatever you say, I accept as truth. I have been engaged in the service of Lakshmi Narayana, and it is due to their mercy I have been able to see your lotus. Out of your causeless mercy, you have now told me the glories of Lord Krishna. No one can reach the end of the opulence qualities of the forms of Lord Krishna. I can now understand the devotion service of Lord Krishna as the supreme form of worship. Out of your causeless mercy, you have made me my life successful simply by explaining the facts. After saying this, Venkata Bhata fell down before the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, embraced him. So this is very deep. He met a person called Venkata Bhata, and he is a Śrī Vaishnava. And Venkata Bhata, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I want to ask you a question in a very joking way. And Venkata Bhata said, yes, what is that? He said, why is Lakshmi trying to, she is very chaste. He says, why she wants to join Krishna's pastime? She should be with Narayana. He says, no, there is no difference, Krishna and Narayana is same. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, they are same, but then why she is not allowed to enter? Why should he allow her? He said, I don't know the answer. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, because the mood, she has to take the mood of the gopis. Because in the Goloka there is no awe and reverence. Great intimacy is there. Intimacy means awe and reverence has to go. In Goloka it doesn't exist. So the Lakshmi has to take that mood, like the Vedas are there. We have what is called as Vedas are there, we have personified Vedas. The personified Vedas wanted to enter Krishna Leela, Ras Leela. They entered. Following the footsteps of the gopi, they also took form as gopis and joined Rasa. The same way, if they take that mood, they can. Lakshmi take that mood, they can enter, but not in the mood of Lakshmi. She will be a disturbance. Therefore, she is not allowed. Like if we are allowed to go to Vaikuntha, we are a disturbance there. Even Swarga, we are a disturbance. Forget Vaikuntha, we are father. So Lakshmi, even though in Vaikuntha, can't enter the higher plane, Goloka. She has to change the mood. That is how to explain this point, and Venkata Bhata was done. He said, okay, now understand the counter. The Lakshmi wants to go to Ras Leela, but the gopis are not interested in Narayana. When Krishna in Ras Leela time, once he took the form of Narayana, gopis paid obeisance and went away, not interested. No more Narayana, went away. Not in, they kept continuing searching for Krishna. It's amazing. So that shows that the feature of Krishna is higher. Okay, so that is what was being concluded and discussed. And Venkata finally, Bhata kindly, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki.